Hey Kentucky, this is Mary Jo Perino. Tonight, gubernatorial candidate Andy Beshear wants to raise teacher salaries. Lexington makes security changes at high school football games. And Austin McGinnis, the former Wildcat, joins me to preview the UK Eastern Michigan game. All that and more is next on Hey Kentucky. Hey Kentucky, presented by Wendy's, alongside Chip Cosby tonight. Thank you for being here, as always.
Always a pleasure, Mary Jo.
Love it when you're here. All right, let's get started. As the November election gets closer, the candidates for governor continue to argue over public education, which is arguably going to be the biggest issue. Andy Beshear is promising to be on the side of teachers, unveiling his Stop the Bullying, Raise the Pay plan this week. He wants to budget in a $2,000 across-the-board pay raise for Kentucky teachers. It's a plan that got a lot of support by the State Education Association, but the question is, where is the extra $84 million a year going to come from, and who will foot the bill? Beshear didn't offer specifics, but says he'll prioritize it.
When the Beshear-Coleman ticket wins, the war on public education will end immediately. This funding is going to be included in our very first budget that we will offer in January.
Governor Bevin's campaign responded to the plan, calling it part of more unfunded campaign promises from a career politician. Meanwhile, we've learned how far the Bevin administration went to investigate teachers who staged sickouts in Frankfort. A new report shows the state labor cabinet combed through superintendents' emails, Capitol visitors logs, and more than 12,000 sick day entries before concluding that hundreds of protesting educators broke the law. Investigators even asked for surveillance camera footage from state police, although it wasn't used. Chip, that's a bit much.
I mean, in all this time you're figuring out, trying to bust who, went in on the sick out, you could be coming up with ideas to better the education system. He's more obsessed with, finding out who was participating than he is in better. And, I hope, I don't teach, but I work for the school system. And this, they need pay raises. I mean, people, I hear people say, well, you're off weekends, you're off, you got a great, yeah, you do. But when you're between those walls, man, it's no joke. I mean, you're dealing with a lot of the issues that are out there in society today. So I think our teachers definitely need a raise.
100%. Couldn't agree more. All right, in other news, the recent gun scare at high school football game has prompted security changes at Lexington Public Schools. They go into effect tonight. Games will now be at 6:30 instead of 7:30. Students can no longer carry backpacks into the games. Kids younger than school age have to be with an adult. And lastly, no outside food or drinks can be brought in. Here's an explanation of the changes from a school official.
To be intentional in making sure that fans and students and just the public in general, alumni coming into our athletic events would feel just a little bit more safer.
The school district says for now the rules will only apply to football games, and it's up to each school if they would like to implement rules for other sporting events. Chip, what do you think about this?
This makes me sad. I think it's necessary, and that's the sad part about it. I mean, you can't, when we were growing up, I mean, it was just, you go to the games, you have fun, you're not worried about getting shot. But I think considering all the shootings that have been taking place, I think it's the right decision, but it really, really is, to me, a tragedy that we have to do this.
Yeah, it stinks, but to do nothing will do nothing. So while I don't know that starting the games an hour earlier or anything's going to change things, you've got to try. I just think you've got to put things in place to try to make it safer.
You got to try to at least make it, like you said, as safe as possible. If somebody wants to come shoot, I mean, more than likely they're going to do it. But you have to, like I said, it has to be safety standards in place. So I get it.
And to do nothing isn't going to help any more than this. So.